From the News Channel 5 Network, this is Beacon Retirement Strategies with Pete Benson and John Maxon.
Welcome to Beacon Retirement Strategies. My name's Pete Benson. I'm here with John Maxon, my business partner. We are the senior partners at Beacon here in Middle Tennessee. 3 offices located convenient to you, I bet. In the Cool Springs area, Franklin, another office in Brentwood, another one in Mount Juliet. We have several investment advisors, and we'd love the opportunity to help you and your family with your money. I mean, we work hard enough for it. We want to keep it. And so that's what we do at Beacon. We help people come up with a plan, keep more of their hard-earned money, protect it and grow it. Really comprehensive wealth planning of all kinds. And so today we're going to talk about the 3 keys to retirement readiness. 3 keys that none of us can avoid, we all need to know about, that we can employ in our strategies for our monies. And the first one, John, is know your fees.
Yeah, and this is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, misunderstood one out there. If you sit down and talk with folks, I sat down with Nancy and Bill the other day, a couple that came to see us, and I said to them, as we do with all clients, you know, what are you paying for the investments that you have? They had investment companies that were well known, and they said, well, we're paying about 1%. I said, well, that's what you're paying in terms of a management fee to the broker. What about all the internal cost of your funds, the 12B1 fees, transaction costs, soft dollar cost? And Nancy looked at me and said, well, what are those? And I said, those are all the fees that when you get those prospectuses in the mail, you read them cover to cover and fully understand them. She laughed. She said, no, we actually just throw those away. And I said, well, there's a bunch of fees in there. And so we took some of the software that we have in our office and we loaded their portfolio in, and what we found was they were actually paying close to 3% in fees. And so if you think about just the raw numbers, and this couple had about $600,000, they think they're paying 1% a year, they're paying 3%.
Wow.
So that is a $12,000 difference that they're overpaying in fees. And we see this, Pete, time after time after time. You know, if you go to the grocery store and you're going to go purchase something, or if you go to, a sports store. I just took my 3 boys to get a new pair of soccer cleats not long ago. You know, we're in spring soccer. Well, they had the type of cleats that they wanted. Well, I shopped around because I wanted the best price. And so it shouldn't be any different with your investments. You need to understand and know what your fees are, not just what your broker tells you the fees are, but there needs to be a report that's pulled that will actually show you in black and white what you're paying for the accounts that you have. And in so many cases, people are significantly overpaying what they should be for their investments.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you know your fees? I mean, we don't buy much in life, John, without knowing what the cost is. Would you buy a car and just pick one off the lot without negotiating and really knowing exactly what it's going to cost you to own that vehicle, what you're actually going to pay for it? I would say no, you're not going to do that. I know with my wife, when we go to the grocery store, she has a calculator with her, and she's calculating out exactly what things are going to cost, and she knows when we go up to the line to pay essentially what we're going to pay for that. And sometimes she'll pick up one item off the shelf, look at it, put it back, and pick up a different brand because, you know, she's fee conscious. And most people don't do that same thing with their investments. So inside your 401k, in that brokerage account, in whatever investment accounts that you have, do you really know the fees? And do you know that they're not all created equal and not everyone's paying the same amount? Like the person, John, that you had just the other day. I had one just recently that was paying 2.5% for something that we could find them better performance, I think better overall features for half of that amount. So it's a 50% off sale. You know, it's like Black Friday, John. You know, the people go crazy on Black Friday because they think they're gonna save. You know, if there's 50% off, if there's a television that's normally $1,000 and you can get it for $500, people are gonna stand in that line for hours overnight to try to get one of those. When it comes to your investments, fees matter. And we find that most people do not know what their fees are. If you're going to be retirement ready, what if by paying attention to your fees and getting great performance with less fees were to get you retired 3 to 4 years earlier than normal? Why wouldn't that be a good thing? I think for most people it would. So today we're talking on the show about keys to retirement readiness. And one of the readiness is to know your fees. And how would one be able to know what their fees are? Come to take advantage of the Beacon Comprehensive Wealth Plan that we offer to people, and you don't have to do all the heavy lifting. You don't have to do all the work. We do it for you to help you understand, and it's a free financial analysis. John, why don't you tell them about the free financial analysis, including that fee report?
Yeah, so this is going to take about an hour of your time just to come and visit with us, and we're going to put a very detailed but simple to understand financial report in your hands. And what it's going to include is a fee report, as we've been talking about. If you could save 1 or 2% a year on your investments, how much more money would that be in your pocket? Well, 1% on $500,000 is $5,000 a year. Over 10 years, that's $50,000. That alone is worth coming in and giving us a visit. An income plan is just, now that so many pensions are going away, and Social Security certainly think is going to be there, but most of your income needs in retirement are going to be on your shoulders. So do you have a detailed income plan to make sure that you have the peace of mind of knowing you're not going to ever outlive your money? A risk analysis is just going to show you how much risk you have with your portfolio right now. If someone was to say to you, what would happen if we get another recession? And I know the market's going up right now, that may not happen for a few years, but would you know how much risk or potential loss you have in a market downturn? And if it was more than what you thought, would you want to know about that? And then the tax analysis, it's just where we make sure that your investments are as tax efficient as they can be, not only today, but moving forward. So we'd love to do that for you. Give us a call, 615-436-6000. That's 615-436-6000. The number's on your screen. Well, it's time for a short break. You're watching the Beacon Retirement Strategies with John Maxon and Pete Benson. Stick around and we'll be right back.
Your retirement is right around the corner. You've worked and